Hello Ronlings. The moment is finally here. It's finally arrived for the first time ever in the history of this channel, which is like not that long. I'm going to do a hot tent camp. The logistics of trying to do a hot tent stealth camp are quite complicated, but this has like been a year in the making. I don't know exactly, but about a year ago I did a hot tent in the back garden. I didn't like that hot tent. It failed miserably. I didn't like it anyway. You know, and I'm not exactly flush for money, so I had to buy another tent. I still hadn't figured out how I was going to get the equipment where I was going, and because you can't, I'm not lucky enough to be able to drive a car right up to my camping spot. I have to do it stealth. So I had to figure out a way of doing that, and then I had to buy stuff for that, and oh my gosh, it's just taking me forever. But I'm finally here. The moment is finally here, and I'm finally here, and the moment's finally here. So it's great. I'm going to set everything up, get everything ready, and give it a go. Here's my baby, my off-roader. Should have some heavy metal music or something. But yeah, that's my baby. That's what I pulled it with. I've done some shots before this, so I'm pretty sure you'd have seen me pulling it in at this point. But yeah, that's I bought it for the big fat tires because I knew I'd be struggling to get it over the rough ground, and boy did I struggle to get over the rough ground. So I wanted some big fat tires. And I wanted it to be off the ground, have high clearance. There's a lot of trolleys out there that have a lot of small wheels. They're like picnic trolley type things, and they have the small wheels, and they're all canvas, and it's too weak for what I was trying to put it through. So I bought this one. This was actually really reasonably priced. I think it was £49 from B&Q, which I don't know if you have that across the water, but it's a DIY shop. And I was looking around, and I wasn't looking for that in that shop because I didn't know they sold them, and I saw it, and it's got and I thought it was perfect because it's got a plastic base, so it's none of this material that a lot of them have. Big fat tires, as I said, higher ground clearance. Not that that's any use for camping, but it tips up as well. You can pull a lever and the whole thing goes. And I used it to move about, how much was it, about 4 tons of gravel from the front of the house to the back. So it did a, you know, it can withstand me filling it up with, I say gravel, it was small stones, but not really quite gravel. So it was taken way more than it said it was recognized way more than it said it would. It was recommended to take, and it took it like a trooper. So yeah, I'm dead pleased with that. That's exactly what I'm looking for this type of thing, and it's a good general all-purpose jobby as well. That's what I was struggling with doing. I'm gonna put you back on the tripod. That's what I was struggling with doing a stealth camp, is that I have to pull it. I can't park right up. It's not a campsite. I can't park near, so I have to pull it. I have to drive to near as I can, then pull it the rest of the way. And it's too much for a backpack. Obviously, you'll see it all later. There's a log burner and stuff like that, and logs and all sorts of paraphernalia. And it's just too much to carry. So I had to figure out a way of doing it, and that seemed the obvious choice. But as I said, it's been a difficult one trying to get there. So, but here we are, and let's get cracking before the light goes. Yes, finally out, finally back with nature, finally away from the factory, the 12-hour shifts, the no windows, the noisy machinery, and air conditioning that just recycles other people's farts, and I'm out in the lovely woods. There we go. Took me a while to set up. It's quite dark. It was getting dark anyway because I couldn't get here till about coming up for 4 o'clock is when I got here. But there anyway, so I didn't have much light left. There's the old chimney. She's up. There she is. I turned that upside down, the old trolley, because if it rains in the night, I don't want it filling up with water. There she is. I really like this tent. I've just thrown all the stuff inside. It's a bit of a mess in there at the moment. Obviously I'll show you the log burner later. But that's it. Yeah, I actually really like this tent. You know, you're buying stuff from China, doesn't have a good reputation of quality, but you know, it's on a par with other stuff I bought that is supposedly good quality for similar or slightly more prices. Anyway, let's I've got to keep going. I've still got to do the inside, so keep our crack on. It's amazing. It's quite a big tent. It's a very big tent, really. You know, it's got a massive height. It's easily a 2-man without the burner in it. It's easily a 2-man. A 3-man could get in here, to be honest. But yeah, as soon as you put the log burner in here, it's not just about the fact that the log burner takes up space, it's the fact that you can't put anything near it either. So you have to have this invisible space around it, so then everything suddenly you sort of run out of space. And I've got that bag there is what I put the tent in, because I left the tent bag outside and it got soaking wet, so I just chucked it in this, whatever that is, Argos bag, I don't know what it is. So that's the bag that the tent come in. There's a table with all my stuff on, and the stuff underneath it. And I know you say, well, you've got a big table in there, but actually that's actually creating more space, piling stuff on top and underneath, because it's like a shelf, so that's actually created a bit more space. But then you've got the logs next to that, which you can't put too close. Then the log burner, and then you can't really put anything to the left of that because it'll melt, and you can't put anything too close to the right because it'll melt. So you've got this like invisible shield around it that you can't put stuff in, and you run out of space pretty quick. I've got a bag, a rucksack and a bag behind me on the bed, which I'm going to have to move to the other side when I go to bed, when the log burner's cooled down enough and I can put stuff the other side. So, you know, so you run out of space really quick. It's going from, last time I used this tent, I didn't have the log burner in it, so it's gone from like a palace to suddenly better space. Last time I tried this in the garden, and this time I'm concerned at how close that is to the wall. It's like, you know, yeah, it got the side of the tent really hot when I tried it in the garden. But you know, that's how they designed it, so it makes you think. But then, you know, maybe, you know, it didn't melt the tent, but, you know, burn the tent or anything, but it still made me a bit concerned. But you know, I cut this thing here, I cut it in the middle, and then when I put the log burner in, the log burner was almost touching the wall, so I had to cut it at the end, and now I have a huge hole instead of it just being big enough for the chimney. So I'm going to see if I can get another replacement for that and cut it. Yeah, because when it was in the middle, it's almost touching the wall of the tent. I was really uncomfortable with that. I'm uncomfortable with it like this, so I should keep an eye on it. But you know, I burnt it last time, burnt the wood in it last time. It got really hot, it never melted, it never burnt the tent down. So there's a part of me that says, well, you know, they know what they're doing, they've made it that close. I'd be a bit more comfortable if it was further over, but if the hole was further up the tent so I can move it away, but that's how they've made it. It must be all right. But yeah, that's that, as they say. That is that. I'm about to sit. I'm about to open the door. Just having the mesh net there, because and I'm about to sit the opposite end, because oh my gosh, the heat coming off it is incredible. I mean, all I've done is put one log on there, and the heat coming off it is. Look, I've opened the tent and sit by the air coming in. You know, as logs burners go, I've put in as little as I can, one log. It's such a small space. I mean, it's a tiny little camping one. It's not a big, you know, indoor one, proper indoor one, but it's still, the heat coming out of it's incredible. I mean, that camping thing, we take it in our house and we use it in our house. You know, it's not, I don't just, that's why it looks so old and battered, because it's not, I don't just use it for when I'm camping. Obviously it had only been used, this had only been the second time it had been used. We brought it in the house and stuck it in the, we got a working chimney and we stuck it in there and use it in there, and it eats up a massive room. So it's like, it's seriously overkill. But you know, how small can you go? I mean, the only thing I can do is get a bigger tent, so it has to heat up a bigger tent, I don't know. But hey, it's not really complaining, at least I'm not cold, not by a long shot. The last time I was camping in this tent, the inside, I was in the same place, the inside was so wet that it was dripping onto my sleeping bag. So hopefully, I mean, I'm not going to run it overnight, but hopefully that'll help keep it dry. Or if it's wet in the morning, when I fire it up in the morning, I'll hope dry it out. We'll see. So I'm digging out my Ridge Monkey. I think it's called a sandwich toaster, but you know, yeah, I use it as a saucepan and frying pan and God knows what. So it's quite a neat little thing. It opens up. You've got your utensils inside, all stored inside there, and the handles as well. You just push the handle on there and clip them on, and you've got a double whammy, so you can toast stuff. This is what it's advertised as, a toaster, and you can flip it over. When I was doing when I did what did I do, an omelette, I cooked it on one side and then you just flip it over for the other side, and it's Bob's your uncle. I've done a burger in there before. I don't do much cooking on this channel because frankly I absolutely hate cooking. I like things to be easy and quick so I can enjoy the life. But I felt compelled to have to do something, and even then I'm kind of not doing anything very interesting. There you go, the handles clip on there, and it separates as well, which is what I'm going to do. It separates and you can cook them separately. So I'm going to cook on that one and use that as a plate. All it is Spam. It's a favourite of mine, quick and easy. Cut it into slices, and you don't even need oil. As soon as you stick it on a non-stick, it fries in its own fat, and Bob's your uncle. There we go. Oh, I've stabbed it so many times now. Oh, look at that, lovely and brown, lovely jubbly. That's the way, I like it. Oh, come on, man. Stop messing me about. Cut them into loads of slices. I'm going to get a nice big stack of them. Oh, to not waste it and get a cup of tea on the go, I think, as well. Got a whole bunch of these milks from I've been doing a lot of hotel stays. When my partner's father passed away, we kept going up to visit, and we're staying in hotels, and we've got a nice little collection of these, which are quite handy actually. I'm seriously thinking of, I bet that you can get them, like I say, a box of them on Amazon. You know, I've got a box of tiny little sachets of coffee and tea bags and stuff on Amazon. You can buy them in bulk in huge boxes in bulk, and I bet you can buy them as well. They would be really useful. I've tried lots of different ways of doing this. You know, I tried lots of different ways. I tried bringing milk in little bottles and stuff like that, and powdered milk. I've tried many different ways in the past, those little hotel ones, I think I don't know why I've never thought of it before. I mean, like I say, I try all different ways of doing it, and I don't know why I've never thought of it before, but yeah, I was thinking like maybe you can buy them in bulk. And I mean, I've got a little collection from various hotel stays that we had to do, and I thought, oh, that'd be good for camping. I thought, oh, why didn't I think of these things before? I bet you can buy them in bulk, like in a big box of them from Amazon or something. That would be just so useful, just to whack a load of them in my backpack, and you don't have to worry about taking them out. You know, and at the moment I'm taking milk out and washing out the container it's in, ready for next time, and then you can't worry, you smell it, and even though I put them through the dishwasher, the little plastic bottles, even then you kind of, it's a bit suspect. But those things would be perfect, wouldn't they? I'm sure I'm not the first to think of that. There's my lovely cooked yummy yummerson pork chop.
To his friends as Amin. He was a quiet, hard-working man who worked as a kitchen porter at a casino on an upmarket street in London's West End. Like Mahmouda, he'd been born.
Right, well, I've watched all the Netflix I can handle. I've let the fire go down. I've looked at the what do you call it, the weather report, and it's saying that it might rain after 1 o'clock. So I took the chimney out, just dumped it outside the tent, and closed up the flap, because that's just, if it does rain, it's just going to pour in. So that's all there is to do, I think. And then tomorrow morning I shall get up, get the fire back on the go again. Although it's been really Good morning. Got a coffee on the go. I forgot to grab breakfast. But I've got a pot noodle. And I don't know whether I want that for breakfast or not. If I'm hungry, it's there. So you know, it's not like I didn't bring enough food. I just forgot to bring the specifically a breakfast. But I'm just sitting here deciding whether I want that or not. The difficulty with this log burner is that is it because it's a small tent? I don't know. Where is it? Is that it there? Small length. Yeah, there. How lovely is that? It is lovely. I tell you what, it's such a weird experience to be sat in a tent and having a log burner in it. It's a lovely, I think it gives you a really lovely environment, a really lovely don't know what the word is, a lovely it's a lovely feeling sitting there with this when all the lights are off last night, and it just had the light coming from the window of the log burner, and it was just this gentle orange flickering while I was sitting on my phone or watching Netflix or whatever I was doing. It's a lovely atmosphere, that's what I was trying to think of. So it gives you a lovely atmosphere, sat in your tent like that. It's freezing outside and warm in here, but it is too hot. You know, I don't know if it's because it's a small tent or but you know, it saves on logs, because I'm not sort of cramming as much log in there to bump up as much heat as I can. I'm literally just putting one log in at a time. I only brought one bag with me, and that was enough, because I've still got some this morning. That kept me going from like something like 5:30 till this morning really, and every so often I would deliberately, I've got enough firelighters, so it's not a problem, and a whole bag of kindling, and you only need a few just to get it going, so you don't go through kindling generally as much. But it allowed me to keep allowing the fire to completely die down, and just the heat from the metal keep the tent warm. And then when I started to feel the temperature drop, then I'd start it all back up again, and I found it better to do it that way, because it was getting so hot in here. I was literally opening the door and winding the door back to get some cool air in here to sort of compensate. So I found that just letting it die right down, and sometimes even go out, and just allow the heat from the metal to warm the place up, and you know, your logs go much further that way, and you're sort of regulating the temperature a bit better, because if you just leave it banging away, it gets so hot in here. Admittedly, I'm not really anywhere near the minus temperatures, and that might be a different kettle of fish. And I sort of initially think, is this worth it? Is this worth ringing a lot? But actually it is, because it's lovely and warm, and it's not lovely and warm without it. So it is worth bringing it, and on any day. You don't have to be minus temperatures, because you can, if you're smart, you can regulate it to compensate for the fact that it's not minus temperatures, and you can have a nice warm tent, which, who doesn't want a warm tent in the winter? How often I do this is another thing, because it's not easy getting here, but I certainly want to do it again, that's for sure. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but the steam coming off of the tent where it's drying it out. The heat's drying it out, and the steam coming off of the tent. It's like the tent's on fire. It absolutely chucked it down with rain last night. It wasn't even light, it was proper coming down, really big heavy droplets banging on the tent, so loud. But it's, aside from the actual condensation, it kept everything dry. So it's a good tent. It's a really good tent. It was so cheap from Temu, but yet it's a really, really good tent. So I'm dead pleased with it, considering I didn't research it or anything. Normally I look at reviews and research it a little bit and look at other prices, and I didn't research it because I bought it on a drunken stupor, and it turned up on the door, and I'm like, what? You know, I think I noticed it about 2 days before it was due to arrive. Some sort of message saying that it was coming, and I was like, what's coming? What? So considering I didn't actually put any research into it, it ended up being a really good tent. One I'll probably even, I more than likely would have chosen even if I was sober. So yeah, I'm dead pleased with it. I'm dead pleased with the whole camp. Really pleased with the whole camp. It's been a nice experiment, and I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, because I've not actually done a direct search, but I've never seen anyone take a log burner on a stealth camp, and I've never seen anyone use a trolley to pull it all there either. don't give me millions of comments saying, oh, here's 5 million links, because I've not actually researched it, but I do watch a lot of camping videos, obviously, because it's an interest I have, and I don't just stick to subscriptions. I do general searches of camping, and it's never come up. So either I'm the first, or I'm one of a few, I think, to pull everything in their trolley and pull it to a campsite, and indeed do a stealth. So that's what I think anyway. Oh, enjoying my coffee. I've put this in the dishwasher, and now everything tastes soapy. It's like somehow the dishwasher soap is kind of ingrained into the rubber, because it tastes like soap. Time for buy a new one, I think. The other one was getting all mank. The other one, this is the same one. It was getting all mank. It was starting to have a sort of smell, even though I dry it out and wash it every time I camp. It started to almost get a sort of a mouldy smell. I don't know if that was in my imagination. So I whacked in the dishwasher, and now everything, it's like it's ingrained into the rubber, and it's kind of got everything I drink tastes of soap. Anyway, that was just a side note. So I'm all packed up and ready to go. To summarise, it's been really successful camp. I always score everything in terms of fun, and it was fun. It really was fun. There's a lot of things. As I've got more subscribers, I'm getting more comments, and there's a lot of serious campers, isn't there? A lot of angry campers who I've had "you're doing it all wrong" comments in the past, and oh, what you're doing there is laughable type comments, and it's like they seem to be sort of people that are like, I'm going camping, weather, I don't care about the weather, yeah, rain, bring me the rain, I'm gonna do this. It's like, chill, man. It's just a bit of fun. And it comes out in some of the comments I got is that they're sort of laughing at something you do wrong, and you think, is there wrong? I'm just having fun. And I say this so many times, it's just about fun, but people seem to take it so seriously. It's not an occupation. It's just a bit of a laugh. I'm not getting paid for this. So it's just a surprise that some of the comments I get that sort of say things like that. It's kind of weird. I just measure all my camps in a scale of fun. I'm not in the army. I'm not trying to go survival in case I get dropped into a jungle or anything. I'm just having a laugh. It's all it is for me. So I haven't given you a 360. I arrived too late last night because I had a lot to pack up with, unpack with a log camp and a log burner camp, hot tent camp, whatever you call it. So I really wanted to get cracking on that, and I'm glad I did, because it was getting dark by basically the time I'd finished. By the time I put the tent up and got everything in it, and I usually give you a 360 to sort of allow you to absorb the area I'm in, because this is why one of the reasons I do it is for the beauty of the surrounding. So anyway, I'm prattling on. I'm going to give you a 360. Unusual to have one as I'm leaving, but what sparked off the want to do this is just how beautiful it is this morning, considering the weather was so miserable yesterday, and it poured down with rain for a few hours, a good 3 hours in the night, really heavy rain, and then you woke up to this, and it's amazing. So I just really wanted to show you. I almost don't I don't want to leave, really. I kind of have to now. It's I haven't got my watch on. It's got to be like 10 o'clock or something like that, which is, yeah, 10 to 10. which I'm normally gone by 7 because I have to usually take my daughter to school, but it's a Saturday morning. Don't usually like doing weekends because people about, but I haven't seen anyone. So I've stayed nice and late, which allowed me to fire up the log burner this morning and get all toasty warm again, which is lovely. So anyway, here's today's 360. Look at that lovely blue sky. And this beautiful sun. Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that lovely? All the different colours, the browns and the greens and the blue sky, lovely tall trees. It's a gorgeous. I come back here a lot, so I've got the confidence, because I've never had any problem coming here, and I've got the confidence to keep coming back here because as beautiful as it is, for various reasons people don't seem to use it, or it's very rarely see anyone in there, which is why I like it. You know, I've even got more confident. You know, I used to go really deep into the woods, and I've got further and further this way, and I'm really near the path now. With all the bracken low, you can, anyone walking along the path, you can literally just see them and they can see me. But I've got real, because it's not actually a farmer's field, this is open land, it's public. You're not supposed to camp it, but it's for the public, but you're not really supposed to be here. And I guess in you know, when I'm in the tent and I can't see people walking past because I'm in the tent, I guess they just sort of look over and think, weirdo. I've never had anyone call the police or anything to get me get me thrown out. So I've sort of gained more confidence over the years of doing this, and I've moved further and further. I can't even be bothered to walk very far. I ought to, because there's some nicer areas, but it's also coupled with the fact that this is very few areas that have actual green grass. It's all dying ferns, bracken, whatever you want to call it. So this is unfortunate that this patch can hold a big tent, is right near to the path, but hey, it's still peaceful. Yeah, so I'm gonna go now, and yeah, thanks for watching. As always, if you get to the end, thanks for watching. I do appreciate people watching to the end, because it kind of feels like you're with me, because I do this on my own a lot, not necessarily lonely, but it is nice to have somebody with me. I feel like there's somebody with me, so it's nice when you can watch to the end. Thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next one.